In this video, we're going to cover some of the new additions and changes to CineTracer in version 0.6.2. This is a really quick hotfix update that's going to hopefully address a crash bug that's been happening. And we're going to take a look at this new pre-built map with bathroom assets and check out some of the new building assets that were added in this mini update. Several users reported that they were getting a fatal error in crashing. This was regarding the CT user settings save file. And I've implemented a new way of checking the save file, and I've also tried to include a save file with every build so that this isn't happening. After you update, maybe verify the files on Steam, maybe try a fresh install if you're getting this crash, and then see if this new update doesn't fix it. This is a new error to be getting for CT2, but that is how development goes. Please let me know if this is fixing it for you or if you're continuing to have this problem. So let's start a new project, and you'll see here that we have a new bathroom sets, plural. See what that means? Let's call this project bathroom, and we're going to create a new project. So as you'll see, we're in our kind of stage A stage, but instead of it being empty, there are 3 bathrooms. This is using some of the new building assets, and I have pre-built 3 of them. They're kind of large bathrooms compared to like a normal house, but they should give us enough room to be able to film in. So think of them as kind of like stage builds, right? So they're a little bit bigger than reality. They're missing the 4th wall here, so they're easy to film. But they do have a ceiling, and they're going to come with a kind of simple light through each window. And if we switch to editor here, we can still head over to our space light settings and turn off all the space lights over. At the moment, we cannot turn off the kind of bright light that's happening through the window. So let's head back here. I just want to show a little demo of using this, and we're just going to add an actor right now. We'll add her right here. We can see that we can add her into the shower. This is was a requested asset, and I tried to build one that would be usable, and we'll look at the user buildable one very soon. And what I want to show here is that you're still able to add a light through the window. So we'll grab this spotlight. I'm going to put it up here. Let's turn on a Fresnel, and we can see that it has light coming through the window. Tilt it down. You can still do a bit of this. And it's really about positioning the height of the light is what's going to be doing the most work here. And then also maybe positioning it this way. So it's still possible to add a quote-unquote sun into this kind of like stage build here, but you'll see that this does come mostly pre-lit, especially if you're going to be doing daytime stuff, day interior. And I'm still working out like kind of the overall concept on like what and how the pre-built sets are going to work. But it should get you up and running if you need to really quickly plan out a scene with a bathroom. Hopefully one of these will work for you. And again, we're not going for the 4 walls and enclosing it like it's a real location, more of a set build. So we'd love to hear feedback if these type of sets are useful for you or not. And let's move on to the new building changes that happened in this update as well. Okay, so here we are in stage A. Let's hit E and start out by checking out some of the new building assets. This menu is going to keep getting redesigned as we have more and more props. And let's start this off. We're going to be making a 2-room build here. So 2 floors, and we'll make the first floor wood, and we will make the second floor tile like this, so it's a little bit clearer. And let's check out these 2 walls here, these ones right there. This one is a standing shower. We'll put it there. And it's hard to explain exactly how this works, but we want it to be like kind of half off the wall or off the floor like that for now. And then we also have a kind of standard tub that's also a shower. And I'm going to put it roughly like this. So these are going to be the kind of foundations of the bathrooms here. And I'm just going to quickly, I might time lapse through this, add walls all around it. Okay, so now that we've added these 2 new shower wall pieces and some basic walls around the perimeter, I want to talk a little bit about the difference between this wall and this one and how they differ from these 2. These first ones here only have a customizable texture on one side. The back of it is forever supposed to be kind of like a stage flap. Well, these new ones have customizable colors on both sides. So these are the ones you'd want to use for walls that go in the middle or inner walls. This UI will hopefully designate that better in the future, but for now, that's what we've kind of added in. And for the most part, you actually don't need those walls anymore, but they were the first ones I added, so I didn't want to get rid of them. So what we want to do with this is just place it right in between here, or wherever you need it to be. I'm just going to cut this room right in half. And then if we take this door also has textures on both sides and does even a little bit more that we'll see in just a minute. And I'm going to keep using these middle walls here. And what isn't clear, unfortunately, is what side of the wall each is on. So we'll kind of see how that works. So let's grab all four, and I'm just going to scoot it back in like this so that it lines up. So now if we grab these walls, one side of them is going to change color. And unfortunately, it's the wrong side here, and there's nothing to really help you with this at the moment. But if we did want to line these up, we can just kind of flip them around, or you could, change the material on the other side of the wall. I'm going to put this back here. So we'll see that this side now, we can select all of them, is all tiles, and this side is all white. So we're able to have different treatments. So just for the sake of example, I'm going to use this kind of more smaller tile, and I'm going to take these right here. These only have a single side, and now these are smaller tile as well. A little intense. And let's take a peek at our new shower piece. So this is the simpler one. In this case, we might want to change the wall so that it matches the smaller tile. We then have an inner wall, which we can change to tile. The shower itself is at the bottom, so I'm actually just going to leave it. The hardware, typically we'd want to switch it to something like this metal. And then the door itself, I don't really have a great dark plastic, but if you just make this really dark, I think this is a pretty good style for it. And let's head over to this room. And just for simplicity, we're going to make all of these the same texture, which is that tile. It's going to be there. And if we look at this shower, this has a couple more options than the other one. So we'll change the wall to be all tile. We can change the shower wall to be the smaller tile just to give it a different look. The shower itself is just going to stay white. It's fine with me. Let's go hardware. We're going to change the hardware to this. And then it says curtain. And we'll choose this, but there is no curtain. Where is the curtain? What we need to do is drag this slider, and eventually a curtain will show up. If we keep going, another curtain, and then a final curtain. I like this one a lot. I'm going to leave it here. And so we can change the texture here. We'll have more textures that make sense in the future. Or again, if you want to just get something close, you can just give it like a flat color like that. But I'm going to go ahead and give it this kind of yellow stripe texture there. So that's how the new shower assets work. And the new two-sided walls is for being able to put a texture on both sides, whereas the one-sided walls are just supposed to be stage flat. So you could really just get away with just these now at this point. But I actually like building with the single-sided ones quite a bit. I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to add the same kind of matching straight pattern. It's kind of funny looking. So there's a bunch of new props as well, but the important thing to look at now is actually how doors work. So to make this a little clearer, I'm going to click on hardware, and we're going to make it like this. And then I'm going to deselect, and we can look at some of the options. So it should be for all the door assets now that when you drag the door open slider, we're going to actually be able to open the door, and this should save with the scene. It will not animate yet though, however. Next, if we want to switch what side the hinge is on, like the door opens the other way and you're set in your house, you can just drag the slider, and around 50 it'll switch. So this is sort of a new options UI here. Let me know if this works for you, but it was what was straightforward for now. So this will allow us to switch what side the hinge is on. And then if we want to flip what side the door opens, we can just spin the whole thing. So all of these states in here, they don't make a ton of sense, but you can just slam it to the 180. It's literally just flipping the entire door frame and whatnot. So we can close the door here. It's now opening on the other side, and we can switch the hinge like that as well. So this should allow us to be able to match existing locations that have a door like this, or set builds, again, being able to actually visualize the door opening from the right side. So there's quite a bit of options that happen with doors, but this should accommodate most of them when it comes to like a residential door like this. So that's going to wrap it up for this update. It was a quick one to get the fatal error in, and I did implement the door and started adding some new assets as far as bathrooms, and we added the 3 preset builds here. But this is a quick mini update. Let me know any feedback you have. It's really appreciated, and I'll see you on the next video.